Welcome to the second video of our series on learning JavaScript. Today, we're going to be talking about arrays. An array can hold a lot of items. Basically, it's a list. So an example of an array would be a list of numbers, or a list of groceries, or some other kind of item. But you get the point. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Arrays are zero index based. Well, what does that mean? Well, normally when we count, we start with 1, then 2, then 3. When counting with arrays, we start at 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Well, why do we use arrays? Well, since an array is a list, we have special operations that we can apply to them. It also makes things easier when we program to have data in a sequence. So let's figure out how do we use this. So let's go up here and we're going to save a new, and we're going to name this arrays. Actually, array. Alright, so we're going to make an array. We're going to call it groceries, and in it we're going to have some salad, some pudding, some bread, and some chocolate. Awesome. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to console log groceries at 0. So this is talking about the 0 index space. So what it means is that instead of starting at 1, 2, 3, then we have 0, 1, 2. And we'll show this by doing groceries at 0. This little symbol, this brackets, just means at a location. So groceries at location 0, and we're going to log it out. So what do you think is going to output? Let's find out. Alright, so we have salad. Very good. Alright, so let's continue on with this. Let's do another console log. And this time, we're going to say I like, comma, groceries, and I can just press enter at 1. And we're going to say the best. So now, let's look at this again. I like groceries at 1, the best. So this is, we're referencing our groceries array and we're looking at index 1. So let's find out what that is. So it says I like pudding the best. So now you can kind of see how this indexing works in an array. Let's go check out what happens if we go over the index. So naturally, you know this array is 4 items long. We're starting at 0, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3, which means 3 would be the last index at chocolate. So we're going to say good index, and we're going to say 3. And then we're going to say a bad index, and we're going to look at 4. So now we're going to console log out groceries at a good index and at a bad index. Groceries at good index, groceries at bad index. And we're just going to put a little message here just to be clear. So this is good, and this is bad. Alright, let's find out what happens now. Alright, so we see the good index, number 3, is the last in the list, which is chocolate. We went to the bad index 4, which is 1 over this list, which means we get undefined, which is why it's a bad index, because it does not exist in memory for this list. So that was a little bit about arrays. our next video, we're going to be talking about objects.